thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. I know you want to watch the video. Before I get into the content, I'm going to talk about my nonprofit, the Accelerated Training Program, a cybersecurity and digital literacy nonprofit based in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are looking to provide accessible cybersecurity education and digital literacy skills to underrepresented groups from the K through 12 space right now, but we have on our roadmap collegiate, elderly populations, etc. Pretty much anyone from an underrepresented group. We want them to get cybersecurity education and digital literacy skills to bring them into the ever increasing digital world that we live in now. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, we do have a donate button if you would like to donate monetarily. We're always accepting donations. If you would like to volunteer your time, we have a volunteer tab where we're looking for workshop volunteers. Currently, we have 1 month workshops, but we're looking to expand that in 2024. Board members, advisory board members, and a grant writer. So if you're a grant writer, if you have experience in grant writing and also winning grants, we would definitely love to have you on our team. To be considered, please complete the volunteer form here, which is a link that will navigate you to a Google form. And again, we're a cybersecurity, digital literacy nonprofit, and we would love to work with you if that is your passion as well. Thank you. Have a good day. And now the video is going to start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video for Advent of Cyber Day 2. O Data, all ye faithful. As I keep saying in um, my videos will be out of order. So I have a goal. I have a goal of completing all the rooms. I was able to do it last year, and I'm going to do it again this year. So let's start the machine, read the story, and let's get started. Okay. Okay. We're not going to look at the walkthrough. After yesterday's resounding success, McConey Bell waits into the Kraft's office with a gleaming smile. She takes out her company issue laptop from her knapsack and decides to check the news. Traffic on the North 15 highway. Glad I skied into work today, she boasts. A notification from the Best Festival company's internal communication tool, HollyChat, pings. It's another task. It reads: the B team has been tasked with understanding the network of the Crafts South Pole site. Taking a minute to think about the task ahead, McHoneybell realizes that the Crafts has no fancy technology that captures events on the network. No tech, no problem, exclaims McHoneybell. She decides to open up her Python terminal. So the learning objectives, we will get an introduction to what data science involves and how it can be applied to cyber. Uh, Gentle, we promise, introduction to Python. Get to work with some popular Python libraries such as Pandas and Matplotlib to crunch data. Help McHoney establish an understanding of the crafts network. So we're going to have a VM and we're going to have split screens, which we have on the right. Okay, so we started the machine. Data Science 101. The core element of data science is interpreting data to answer questions. Data science often involves programming, statistics, and recently, the use of artificial intelligence, or AI, to examine large amounts of data to understand trends and patterns and help businesses make predictions that lead to informed decisions. The roles and responsibilities of a data scientist include data collection. This phase involves collecting the raw data. This could be a list of recent transactions, for example. Data processing. This phase involves turning the raw data that was previously collected into a standard format the analyst can work with. This phase can be quite the time sink. Data mining, clustering, classification. This phase involves creating relationships between the data, finding patterns and correlations that can start to provide some insight. Think of think of it like chipping away at a big stone, discovering more and more as you chip away. Analysis, exploratory, confirmatory. This phase is where the bulk of the analysis takes place. Here, the data is explored to provide answers to questions in some future projections. For example, an e commerce store can use data science to understand the latest and most popular products to sell, as well as create a prediction for the busiest time of the year. Communication, visualization. This phase is extremely important. Even if you have the answers to the universe, no one will understand you if you can't present them clearly. That is very true. Data can be visualized as charts, tables, maps, etc. So, data science and cyber. The use of data science is quickly becoming more frequent in cybersecurity because of its ability to offer insights. Analyzing data such as log events leads to an intelligent understanding of ongoing events within an organization. Using data science for anomaly detection is an example. Other uses of data science in cyber include SIMS. SIMs collect and correlate large amounts of data to give a give a wider understanding of the organization's landscape. Threat trend analysis. Emergent threats can be tracked and understood. Predictive analysis. By analyzing historical events, you could create a potential picture of what the threat landscape may look like in the future. This can aid in the prevention of incidents. So, introducing Jupyter notebooks. Jupyter Notebooks are open source documents containing code, text, and terminal functionality. They are popular in the data science and education communities because they can be easily shared and executed across systems. Additionally, Jupyter Networks are a great way to demonstrate and explain proof of concepts in cyber. Notebooks, could be considered as instruction manuals. As you will come to discover, a notebook consists of cells that can be executed one at a time, step by step. You'll see an example of a Jupyter notebook in the screenshot below. Note how there are both formatted text and Python code being processed. Okay, so cells act just like an interpreter. This means you can run code like arithmetic and, well, anything else you could do on an interpreter. So in the first cell, we're printing hello world. Now, we're going to use multiple cells. Normally, once a notebook is executed, it will step through to each cell unless it runs into a problem. Each step the notebook has done is indicated by the and pound sign next to the cell, where pound sign will be the value of the order it was executed. So naturally, if there was no issue, the notebook will proceed to the next cell, where that will be 2. So here, print. See how the N2 value is 2, and it printed that out. Before we begin working with Jupyter notebooks, for today's practicals, we must become familiar with the interface. Let's return to the machine we deployed at the start of the task. You will be presented with 2 main panes. On the left is the File Explorer. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me log in. Okay, and on the right is your workspace. This pane, okay, so uh this is okay, okay. So this is the File Explorer, this is the workspace. Okay. This pane is where the notebooks will open. Initially, we are presented with the launcher screen. You can see the types of notebooks that the machine supports. For now, let's left click on the Python 3 IPY kernel icon under the notebook heading to create our first notebook. So okay, you can click you can double click the folder icon and the File Explorer to open and close the File Explorer. This may be helpful on smaller resolutions. The notebook interface is illustrated below. Save, so a floppy disk icon, Control S. Run cell, a play button, Shift enter. Run all cells, two buttons alongside each other, none. No shortcut. Insert cell below, rectangle with an arrow pointing down. So the shortcut is uppercase B. Delete cell, a trash can, uppercase D. For now, don't worry about the toolbar at the very top of the screen. For brevity, everything has already been configured for you. Finally, note that you can move cells by clicking and dragging the area to the left. Okay. Okay, so let's left click. Okay. So that's what we did. Okay. So this is the example and they're moving it. Okay. For the best learning experience, it is strongly recommended that you follow along using the Jupyter notebooks stored on the VM. I will recommend what Jupyter notebooks to use in each section below. The notebooks break down each step of the content below in much more detail. Okay, the notebook for this section can be found in here. Remember to press the run cell as you progress through the notebook. So, okay, so here, so I'm pressing. Okay, note that if you are already familiar with Python, you can skip this section of the task. We're going to go. Python is an extremely versatile, high level programming language. It is often highly regarded as easy to learn. Here are some examples of how it can be used: web development, game development, exploit development and cybersecurity, desktop application development, artificial intelligence, data science. One of the first things you learn when learning a programming language is how to print text. Python makes this extremely simple by using print your text here. Note the terminal snippet below is for demonstration only, so the inside the your text here they put hello world, so it printed hello world. Variables. A good way of describing variables is to think of them as a storage box with a label on it. If you were moving into a new house, you will put items into a box and label them. You'll probably put all the items from your kitchen into the same box. It's very similar in programming. Variables are used to store our data given a name and access later. The structure of a variable looks like this: label equals data. So here, our label or variable is age, and we set that to 23, which is an integer. Okay, our new label or variable is name, and we set that to Ben. And since it's text or string, we have to put it in double quotes. The thing to note with variables is that we can change what is stored within them at a later date. For example, the name can change from Ben to Adam. The contents of a variable can be used by referring to the name of the variable. For example, to print a variable, we can just parse it in our print statement. So if I go here, okay, if I go to console, let's just say I want to say name equal Ben. Okay, do I need to run this? Oh, okay, I don't know what I just did. Oh, I think I did the debug. Okay. Mm, okay, hold on. I get rid of this. Okay. Okay. So that's what we have here. I was going to try to show it, but okay, so the name is Ben, and we print the name, which is Ben. Okay, lists. Lists are an example of a data structure in Python. Lists are used to store a collection of values as a variable. For example, we have a list of transport, car, plane, train, and the ages 22, 19, 35. So if we print transport, which is our list, it's going to print car, plane, train. So pandas. The notebook for this section can be found in. I'm gonna close this. Go here. Intro to pandas. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So we're doing this to run through it. Okay. Panda. Pandas is a Python library that allows us to manipulate, process, and structure data. It can be imported using import pandas. In today's task, we are going to import pandas as the alias PD to make it easier to refer to within our program. This can be done via import as PD. There are a few fundamental data structures that we first need to understand. Series. In pandas, a series is similar to a singular column in a table. It uses a key value pair. The key is the index number and the value is the data we wish to store. To create a series, we could use pandas series function. So we're going to create a list, trained plane car, and we're going to create a new variable to store that. So transportation series. And then we said pd.series of transportation. And now if we print the series, trained playing card. And with lists, it starts at the index of 0, just like with arrays. So that's very important. Okay, data frame. Data frames extend a series because they are a grouping of series. In this case, they can be compared to a spreadsheet or database because they can be thought of as a table with rows and columns. To illustrate this concept, we will load the following data into a data frame. Name, age, country of residence. So Ben 24, United Kingdom. For this, we will create a two-dimensional list. Remember, a data frame has rows and columns, so we need to provide each row with data in the respective column. So let me. Okay. So it looks like we have this here. And this is the respective walkthrough. So created a two-dimensional list. A data frame has rows and columns. So we have a data. So for the first row, Ben 24 United Kingdom. So that's this row here. The second is Jacob 32 United States. Third is Alice 19 Germany. Okay. So now we create a variable df to store the data frame. Using the list above, we will need to specify the columns in the order of the list. For example, Ben name, 24 age, United Kingdom is country of residence. So it is df, a data frame of the data here, and the columns are name, age, country of residence. And so we print it. The notebook for this section for matplotlib. Let me close that. Discard. Okay. Is here. Okay. Remember to press the run cell as you progress through the notebook. Matplotlib allows us to quickly create a large variety of plots. For example, bar charts, histograms, pie charts, waterfalls, and all sorts. Okay, so creating our first plot. After importing the matplotlib library, we will use pyplot to create our first line chart to show the number of orders fulfilled during the months of January, February, and March. Okay. Okay. We can use the plot function to create our very first chart and provide some values. Remember that adage from school, along the corridor, up the stairs? It applies here. The values will be placed on the x axis first and then the y axis. It's let's call plyplot plt's plot function plot. Now we need to provide the data. In this scenario, we are manually providing the values. Remember, x axis, y axis second. January, February, March, April, then the values 8, 14, 23, 40. And then we have our first chart. Okay, great. We'll learn how to process data using pandas in Matplotlib. Continue onto the workbook notebook located in the capstone. Excuse me. Okay. Remember, everything you need to answer the questions below has been provided in the notebooks on the VM. Okay, you just need to account for the new data set, network traffic.csv. Okay. Okay. How many packets were captured looking at the packet number? Okay, hold on. Okay, so okay. Okay, so how many packets were captured? So 100. Oh, okay. What IP address sent the most amount of traffic during the packet capture? Okay. Delimiter workbook. What is this? Okay, the packet capture and the required libraries have been imported. Oh, so it was answered. Okay, so it has. Okay, so this is okay. It has some of it set up for us. How will you need to use Panda Count? Why is this here? Can I get rid of this? Oh, because this is so small. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. What did it say? Most recent. Wait, hold on. What does this say? Huh? Oh. Okay, it says here we would need to use pandas count function on the data frame. Df dot count. Uh, okay. Okay. Here you can perform a group by with panda size function on the source and destination columns. Uh, if you are stuck. Okay, so why is this not working? Group by name. Let me see something. Uh, uh, source. Ooh. Destination. Okay, I'm gonna see. DF is not defined. Okay. So okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that worked because it was 100. Okay. So let me try this. Okay. Okay. So which one had the most? 10, 10, 1, 3. 10, 1, 3. Huh? Hold on. 10, 10, 1, 3. Okay, so that's destination. Source 10, 10, 1, 4. Okay, because I was looking at the destination and it should have been the source. Okay. Here, let me import, and here you can use the panda value, pandas value dot counts on the appropriate column. We are counting how many values there are in the protocol column. So I don't know if this is going to work, but protocol ICMP. Yep. Okay. So it was saying we can use the value counts, but I just used the group by. Okay, and if we enjoyed this, there's an intro to log analysis. Okay, so this room was fun. I have never done Jupyter notebooks. I have done Python, even though it didn't look like it in the beginning. Just to recap, we looked at the workbook, and they provided some code that we needed to import the panda, import the PyPlot, and then to read the network traffic.cvs. There was this head that lists 5 rows. We didn't need that. Okay, so just to recap, um, I figured this out by just looking at the notebooks tab at the very bottom. It's 100, so that was how many packets. But doing it programmatically, importing pandas, importing matplotlib, excuse me. Then we read the CSV file, and then we did a df.count for the data frame. And so that was the example, and we received 100. So that matched. Next, it says we can perform a group by function on the source and destination. Okay, so originally I had source and destination. And so in the beginning, it was just showing the destination, and I thought it was 10, 10, 1, 3, and that was incorrect. So I commented out. And to comment out in Python, you can do the hash. And so I just looked at the source, and then from there, it was 10, 10, 1, 4, which I put there. And then finally, for the protocol, just the same thing. It was saying that we can use the values.count. But again, I use group by because I was like, okay, if we group by the protocol, it's going to give us how the size of it. So we see ICMP has 27, so that's the most frequently used protocol. So I hope you learned something in this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.